Good morning, everybody. Glad you are here. We have a lot gone, so it makes us all the more appreciative of those in attendance. As John mentioned in his prayer, it's with somewhat heavy hearts we think about those poor folks in the path of the flood in Texas. And I think about a deacon of mine that years ago, his dream, and he eventually did, was to retire to his cabin down on the banks of that river that flooded. And I'm not sure exactly how high above the water his cabin is, but lots of good folks down there, and we are thoughtful and prayerful for them. Today we're in 1 Peter again, 1 Peter 1:17, and we'll read down to verse 21. Peter is telling these brethren who live as strangers and sojourners on the earth that about the great hope they've had and placed in the gospel. He's reminding them of that which they had done. He said in verse 9, of this we obtain as the outcome of faith, the salvation of souls. So they had the outcome of their faith was the salvation of their soul. That's what we are hoping for as well. They were told to leave off some of the bad behaviors. Well, I suppose actually all the behaviors, the bad behaviors of the unconverted life. And instead, we read last time, verse 14, as obedient children, don't be conformed to the former lusts that were yours in ignorance, but like the Holy One who called you, be holy yourselves in all your behavior, because it's written, you shall be holy, for I am holy. And so last time we studied that, about the Holy One, the holy conduct we're called to, the 5-time repeated call from Leviticus to be holy, for I am holy. We continue to apply that holiness according to and by the holiness of God, God the Holy One who called us into His family. In verse 17, now to verse 21 as we read today's reading. If it says, if you address as Father the one who impartially judges according to each one's work, conduct yourself in fear during the time of your stay on earth, knowing that you were not redeemed with perishable things like silver or gold from the futile way of life inherited from your forefathers, but with precious blood, as of a lamb unblemished and spotless, the blood of Christ. For he was foreknown before the foundation of the world, but has appeared in these last times for the sake of you, who through him are believers in God, who raised him from the dead and gave him glory, so that your faith and hope are in God. Well, we pray that's where we stand today, in faith and hope in God through and in Jesus Christ. What we find here is we try to outline this. We find two intertwining things of what we're to do and have done and what God has done. And so if we would look at us